Alright, so the Arc Raiders economy is actually kind of screwed up right now. We got players literally printing money with a duplication glitch, and legit grinders are getting left in the dust, and now bans are starting to hit. So if you're a new or returning player, you're probably asking, is it even worth grinding this game legit right now? So in this video, I'm breaking down what really happened with the duplication glitch, also how bad the damage is to the economy, and what I think the devs have to do to fix this mess. And look, I'm not going to show you how to actually do the glitch. I'm not even trying to get anyone banned, but I'm here to talk about the state of the game, not tech exploits. So let's get into it. Alright, so first up, what is the duplication glitch actually doing in Arc Raiders? And again, this stuff is high level, but I'm not giving you step-by-step instructions, so chill. But basically, there's been a way to duplicate high-value items and currency in a way that the game just wasn't built to handle. So we're talking stacked familiar ducks, massive blueprint duplications, and players walking out of runs with numbers that should not be possible over and over again. So when you could turn a small amount of value into basically infinite value with just some janky steps, see, that's not a clever farm. That is straight up counterfeiting money in the game's economy. And see, the wild part is, this just isn't a tiny bug that one guy found in the corner of the internet. People were posting about it, showing off, and flexing their insane balances. And I'm sure some of you have probably ran into a teammate or a random that has way more than makes sense. So now we've got a chunk of player base who effectively hit the jackpot by abusing a glitch, while everyone who's playing legit like myself is still scraping together scraps and running actual raids to earn their gear. See, that's the baseline. One group is playing Arc Raiders, one group is playing Arc Raiders Money Print Edition. So now let's talk about why this absolutely wrecks the in-game economy. So Arc Raiders, like every looter, is built on one core idea: time plus risk equals reward. Now the entire game is tuned around that assumption. So you know it takes X hours to get Y amount of money or materials. It takes Z run to finally afford or craft the gear that you actually want. When these duplication glitches come in, see, it takes the whole math formula and sets it on fire. See, first it destroys the sense of progression. So if you're grinding legit, see, every upgrade matters. The one new piece of gear, that next weapon, the slightly better roll, see, it all feels earned. But when you know there are players who literally duplicate their way into God tier stashes, your grind instantly feels devalued. You're not playing the same game anymore. So the glitchers are playing, hey, how far can I push this glitch before I get banned? Now you're playing, I hope this raid doesn't brick and I can afford the upgrade. Second, it creates a huge gap between legit players and exploiters. So think about it. Exploiters can afford to experiment with tons of weapons, craft an upgrade without thinking, take more risks because death or bad runs don't even really matter that much because I have infinite cash behind me. Meanwhile, legit players have to make those hard choices. Do I save this upgrade? Can I afford not to lose this gear? Is this run even worth my time? See, that's not just an economy problem, that's a game design problem now. So you've got two completely different player experiences being balanced by the same dev team. Third, it screws over new players the most. So imagine, you're coming in off my new beginner's guide I just dropped this week. So you're learning the systems, you're trying to figure out how to make money, how to gear up, and you start matching with, or seeing clips of, or hearing about players with 10, 20, 50 times your resources, not because they played more, but because they abused a glitch. See, that's the fastest way to make a new player go, alright, I'm out. Why should I respect the grind if the game doesn't? Alright, so what are the devs doing about this? We're already seeing reports of bans going out, some temporarily, some long term. People are getting hit for exploiting, for abusing duplication, for basically blowing up the economy. And this is where things get complicated. See, on one hand, if you're deliberately abusing the glitch to print insane amount of money or loot, yeah, you know what you're doing. That wasn't an accident. You chose to break the spirit of the game. Now, on the other hand, there are always edge cases. People who stumble into it once or twice, people who thought it was just a really good farm, people who followed some random clip, didn't understand the risk, and now they're being flagged. So the big questions are, who deserves to be banned? For how long? And is the ban alone even enough to fix the economy? Because if you only ban a fraction of exploiters and a ton of illegitimate currency is still floating around in the game, then you haven't actually fixed the core problem. You've just punished a few people and left a warped economy in place. See, this is like cutting off one infected branch while the whole tree is still rotten. Now let's talk about the nuclear options. Rollbacks or wipes. Option 1, target rollbacks. See, in a perfect world, the devs just identify everyone who abused the glitch, remove the illegitimate gains, maybe hit them with a suspension or a ban depending on how far they took it, and leave everyone else alone. But here's the problem. That requires insane accurate tracking and a lot of data they might not have in clean, easy buckets. But if they mess that up, see, you end up punishing legit players or missing big exploiters. See, now nobody trusts the system. You've just created a whole new drama. Now, option 2 is a partial or full wipe. Now, this is the one nobody wants to hear, but it has to be a part of the conversation. See, a partial wipe could wipe only currency above a certain threshold, reset certain high value items, or roll back accounts to specific data. Now, if they do a full wipe, man, this is like scorching earth option. Everyone loses everything. The entire economy is reset. You basically say, season 0 was a test. We're starting fresh. Now, is that fair to legit grinders who put in real hours? Honestly, no. It actually kind of feels terrible. But is it fair to keep a permanent broken economy where cheaters and exploiters are permanently ahead of the honest players? And the answer to that is also no. See, that's why this situation sucks so much. See, you're either going to hurt legit players with a wipe or leave legit players in a permanently unfair sandbox. So here's my honest take on what I think the devs should do. Number 1, be fully transparent. Put out detailed posts saying, here's what the duplication glitch actually did, here's how widespread it was, here's what we're doing about it, and here's what it means for your account if you exploited it or if you didn't. See, players can handle bad news way better than they can handle silence. Number 2, scale the punishment. See, if someone clearly went nuts with the glitch, millions in currency, God stashes built overnight, this is not the same as someone who did it once or twice, realized, oh yeah, this busted, and then stop. See, I'd love to see hard bans for the most extreme abusers, temporary suspensions, and targeted rollbacks for people who just dabbled, and protection for truly legit players who didn't participate at all. And number 3, clean the economy as much as possible, then compensate legit players. See, if they do a rollback or any kind of wipe that hurts honest players, they need to give them something back. Bonus starting resources, maybe a one-time pack, or fast early progression for a while to help people catch back up. See, it's sending a good message because they're saying we value the core players who play fair. We're not going to leave you behind because some folks decided to break the game. And last, they need to fix the root cause. See, patching the glitch is step 1, but they also need to take a hard look at their system and ask, why was this economy this fragile? Why was a single exploit able to do so much damage? And if Arc Raiders want to be a long-term live service game, see, the economy has to be way more resilient than this. What do you do if you just started playing Arc Raiders or you've been grinding legit the whole time? Here's my advice. If you're brand new, learn the system, play the game, but keep an eye out on official communication from the devs. See, don't burn yourself out grinding 12 hours a day while the economy is in limbo. So play enough to learn and have fun, but don't marry your stash until you know exactly how they're gonna handle this. Now, if you're a legit grinder who's already deep into the game like myself, look, you should be annoyed right now. Your time should matter, and your grind should feel respected. But also, if Embark announced some sort of rollback or wipe for Arc Raiders, try to think long term. Would you rather keep your current progress in a permanently scuffed economy or eat a painful reset down so that in the next 6 months, a year, 2 years, the game actually feels fair and rewarding? See, that's the trade-off. Alright, so I want to hear from you on this because this one is kind of messy. And be honest, did you do the duplication glitch? Drop it in the comments like this. A, I abused it hard and I don't regret it. B, I tried it once or twice. C, I stayed full legit. And D, I'm new and I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So I'm going to read through all those and I might do a follow-up video breaking down your response and where the community stands. Now if you're trying to start Arc Raiders right now and you want to do it the right way, I just dropped the beginner's guide that walk you through how to set yourself up without relying on any of this glitch nonsense. So that video link is on the screen right now. And if you want to actually farm in this game the legit way, check out my secret loot rooms breakdown. That'll help you compete even if you're not glitching your way to a fortune. And here's that link right now on the screen. And I am Ibetonme. Thanks for hanging out and I'll see you in the next one. If you do want to see my no BS breakdown playlist of live service games like Arc Raiders, Marathon, and Destiny 2, and many more, I'll suggest you watch this playlist next. Also, don't forget to like and sub. You guys have a great day. Peace.